What I am going to deal with is for the first year students of University of Distance Education, Yangon. This is for all specializations except English. The module I am going to deal with is Eng-1001. It includes 10 units in semester 1. Now, I am going to discuss Unit 1, Rights, our staple food. In this unit, before you start learning the lesson, you need to know the learning goals and language goals. The learning goals are to give knowledge about the climate and the soil rice producing regions in Myanmar, how it is grown and prepared. Moreover, it is aimed for the students to improve reading and writing skills, to build new vocabularies, to study the use of both and construction and mass constructions, to practice writing as the language goal. Let's read the passage carefully first. After reading the passage, you can get the summary of the passage. Not everyone knows what kind of plants rice came from. Rice plants look like tall grass. There are many varieties. They like hot, wet climate and soft, fine soil. Rice is grown in coastal regions and dry zones. To grow rice, farmers have to sow, transplant, and reap. Then send it to the rice mills. In this unit, there are a lot to learn from the given passage. You can do close reading, word study, structure study, composition study, other work, writing and vocabulary. Now, let's move on to exercise 1. The first exercise is to find out whether the given statements are true or false. Read the passage carefully first and find out whether they have the same meaning or ideas mentioned in the passage. Remember that you may have different sentence constructions. Let's look at the exercise 1.1 in our test. In the first question, rice plants grow to about 1 or 2 feet height. The test says that rice plants look very much like tall grass. They grow to about 4 feet height. According to the passage, rice plants grow to about 4 feet high. So, the given statement is false. Let me give you second example. In the question, the given statement is more rice is grown in hilly regions than in low-lying country. In the text, you will find the sentence as, in addition, the soil must be soft and fine, which is why more rice is grown in low-lying country than in hilly regions. According to the passage, you will find that more rice is grown in low-lying country than in hilly regions. The two sentences give different information, so the correct answer is false. Let me give you the third example. In the questions, the given statement is, in all areas, several rice crops can be raised in a year. In the test, it is said that where climatic conditions are favorable and water plentiful, it is possible to raise several crops in a year. Both sentences give you the same information. That is why the given statement is true. In the fourth question, the given statement is, the dry zone is in the middle of Myanmar. The text says that the dry zone, however, being in the middle of Myanmar, gets very little rain. Although the two sentences are different in terms of their structures, the idea is the same. So, the given statement is true. In the fifth question, the given statement is, the dry zone does not have enough rain or sunshine. For this question, the test says that the dry zone, however, being in the middle of Myanmar, gets very little rain, although it has plenty of sunshine. Both sentences give you different information. That's why the correct answer is false. The second type of question is, answer the following questions in single words or short phrases. There are altogether 10 questions to practice. Concerning this, you must notice the use of the question words and helping verbs. Only then the answers will be factually and grammatically correct. In addition, you must be aware of the fact that whether the given statement is a subject question or an object question. The subject question is the questions that is about the subject of the above, and the word's order is the same as a positive statement. The object question is about the object of the above. In this case, do, does, did are used to make questions, and the word's order is different from a positive statement. You should notice the questions words what, why, how, who, how long, etc. Now, I am going to give you answer for some of the questions as examples. Let's try question number 1. The question is, how often do we eat rice in Myanmar? Notice that the question words used here is how often, and so you have to find adverb of frequency. For these questions, you will find the answer in the first paragraph. The complete answer is, we eat rice every day in Myanmar. Now, I am going to deal with questions number 2. The question is, how do rice plants differ from each other? You will find that the question words used here is how, and you have to find adverb of manner. According to the test, the complete and correct answer is rice plants differ from each other in their grain, the time of ripening, and their cooking qualities and flavors. The next question number 3 is, how many different kinds of rice plants exist in India alone? Here, you should notice that the question words used here is how many, and you have to find the number of something. For these questions, you will have to find the answer in the second paragraph. According to the test, the correct answer is 1,000 varieties of rice plants exist in India alone. Now, let's go to word study. In this exercise, you can learn some vocabularies through synonyms, what we call instead of saying. There are altogether 11 words given in the questions, and you have to find the words which have similar meanings of the underlying words from the test. You need to learn all the words by heart. Be careful about the tense and the form of the underlying words or phrases. If the underlying words is above, which is written in the simple present tense, your answer should be in the simple present tense. If it is in the past tense, your answer should be in the past tense. Similarly, if the underlying words is a noun, please take care of its number, singular or plural. For example, in number 1, it is our principal food. In the given sentence, the underlying words principal is similar to stable. Let's look at number 2. Not everyone knows which areas of our country produce rice. The underlying words in the given sentence is written in the plural form, so your answer should be in the plural form. The correct answer is regions. Let's try number 3. They grow up to about 4 feet height with narrow tapering leaves, 1 or 2 feet long and about an inch wide. The similar word for wide is broad. Through this exercise, you can learn new vocabularies together with the meanings for the better understanding of the words. The meaning of the words are also provided in Myanmar. Now, let's study the next item in 2.2. This exercise will help you know how to form adjective from noun. Let's see the adjective phrase, full of hills. In this phrase, the word hills is a noun. If the suffix "wine" is added to a noun form, hill, you can get an adjective form, hilly. Here, the words full of hills means hilly. After that, let's move on to another item. This exercise will help you know how to form participle. Let's see the sentence. As the grain have begun to ripen in test line 25, now we can say that the words ripen means become ripe. Similarly, we can say another word for become hard is harden. Now, we will go to the next portion. This exercise will help you know how to change the word noun into adjective, and you can also change adjective into noun. Let's see the exercise 2.4. In these questions, you are given the noun form breadth and you have to find the adjective form of breadth. The correct answer is broad. Now, let's move on to next item 3, structure study. First of all, I like to discuss both and construction. Both refers to two things or people together. Both is always considered plural in a sentence. To answer this construction, you have to find out different meaningful parts, which may be subject, verb, object, etc. from the two sentences. You have to put these different parts into both and constructions. Let's study the example. The given sentences are John is a student, Mike is a student. So, we can rewrite the given sentences by using both and construction. In these sentences, the different parts are John and Mike. So, the complete answer is both John and Mike are students. Here, notice that if the subject is plural in both and construction, don't forget to change the verb, which is used for plural subject. You should also make other necessary changes. Let's look at another example. The given sentence is Susie earns a lot of money. She spends a lot of money. In these sentences, different parts are earns and spends. So, the complete answer is Susie both earns and spends a lot of money. Let's try another example. The sentences are Father bought a new car. He bought a house. Here, the different parts are a new car and a house. So, the correct answer is Father bought both a new car and a house. Here are some exercises for you to practice. Let's check the answers. The next item to study is mass construction. This construction is often used to express something is necessary or very important, sometimes involving a rule or a law. Here, you have to use the word must both in active voice and passive voice. Must plus not etc. plus verb simple form for active and must plus be plus past participle for passive. Let's see the exercise 3.2. Notice that you have to choose active voice when the subject is a doer. When the subject is a receiver, rewrite the sentence into passive voice. In number 1, the given sentence is Rice plants receive plenty of rain and sunshine to grow well. You have to rewrite the sentences by using mass constructions. So, the correct answers for this question is rice plants must receive plenty of rain and sunshine to grow well. Now, let's try number 2. The given sentence is in the dry zone, cannot dig to bring water from rivers into the rice fields. In this sentence, a subject is a receiver, so we have to choose passive voice. The correct answer is in the dry zone, canals must be dug to bring water from rivers into the rice field. Now, let's look at number 3. In the given sentence is seedlings transplant from nurseries into bigger fields. In this sentence, the subject seedlings is a receiver and it has to be rewritten into passive voice. So, the correct answer is seedlings must be transplanted from nurseries into bigger fields. Here are some exercises for you to study. Let's check the answers. Now, we are going to the next exercise 3.3. What does the following refers to? In this exercise, you have to find out what the words to which the pronoun or the related pronoun refers to. Remember that the words are mostly pronouns and you have to look for specific antecedents, that is, the noun or the noun phrase they refer to. As you all know, The pronoun usage is complicated because it involves gender, sex, person, first person, second person, third person, and numbers, singular or plural. A pronoun must agree with its antecedents in genders, persons, and number. Okay, let's look at the exercise. In line 1, you will have to find what the pronoun as refers to. To get the answer for these questions, you will have to find it in the test. The test says that all of us in Myanmar eat rice every day. According to this sentence, the word as refers to people in Myanmar. Similarly, the pronoun they in line 5 refers to rice plants, according to the test. Now, we are going to the next activity, which is conversation study. In this exercise, you will learn how to use the words however and so. The words however is used to introduce a statement that contrasts with something that has just been said. But the word so is used to introduce a conclusion or a result of what has just been said. Let's see exercise 4.1. In number 1, the given sentence is, all of us in Myanmar eat rice every day. However, not everyone knows what farmers have to do to grow it. Here, we have to use the words however because that sentence shows difference from what has just been said. Let's look at number 2. The given sentence is, in some parts of Myanmar, climatic conditions are favorable and water plentiful, so it is possible to raise several crops a year there. Here, the sentence shows a conclusion of what has just been said, and we have to use so to fill the blank. The rest of the exercise can be done on your own, and all the answers are provided for you in the study guide. The final task for you is to write a short conversation on the famous Myanmar snacks made of rice. A sample paragraph is given in your text so that you can have some ideas to write down this topic. This is all for now. I hope you have got the ideas and can practice the exercises very well. Goodbye.